Hey, my name is Emil Sayer. I'm a software engineer. I've been building software for the past 23 years. 17 years of that, I was an entrepreneur. I built 6 companies, 4 of them literally here in Germany. I moved to Germany as a scholar. I got this scholarship from DAAD for doing my master's in 2015. And the past 9 years I've been building companies, all of them tech companies. And I have a background of mostly JavaScript. I've been writing JavaScript for the past 17 years. Node.js since it came, React since it came, Next.js and so on. Also Python and PHP and so on. But with all of those digital products that I built, and also all of my career in the past 9 years when I consulted big brands like Klarna, Siemens, Allianz, Immobilien Scout24, Deutsche Börse, the German stock exchange, and a dozen of more startups and scale-ups. Scale-ups like $300 million scale-up. I use this traditional technology stack, like microservice architecture here, microservice architecture there, serverless architecture here, having a bus, a queue, all the systems that you know about. Having a full stack architecture, having a backend for front end, having a debate with backend engineers, not having a proper contract, and then changing the payloads here, changing the payloads there. And then the GraphQL era, like I've been through all of those hypes of different architectures. And even like through the hype of micro-frontends, I was really an active micro-frontend evangelist. And I've seen a lot of different hypes happening. When I was running my startup, VoiceKitt, VoiceKitt was generative AI agent startup. We started in 2023 and 2024. We had to liquidate it due to lack of funding. It was a voice AI agent for in-car user experience. And what we built there was amazing, like the infrastructure and everything. But I needed, like, as a small startup, you can imagine, like only going through Techstars, a little bit of money in the bank. You can't hire a lot of engineers. So I wanted to take all the backend architecture and then put it on somewhere, either on Zapier or on Make.com. And I meet the sales team of Make.com, and I get to know that for the white label solution, I have to pay like 50,000 euros per year as license fee. And I know this startup in Berlin that does something similar. I'm following their story since early 2019 because same city mates, fellow entrepreneurs. I just Google even I don't remember their name, to be honest. It's sometimes mid 2023. And then I just Google n8n, not n8n, I Google Make.com alternative, and I find n8n. And I start poking things around. I fork it, I put it on my local machine, I check it, works perfectly fine for my use cases, integrating all the backend architecture with the voice interface that I have built. And I start poking things around with it since 2023. What I really loved seeing in n8n story is the way they evolved in the past couple of years. With the AI agent node, this was a big breakthrough. When I checked it again in sometimes December 2024, January 2025, before I jumped headfirst into producing a lot of content about n8n, giving a lot of workshops about n8n, I didn't know the AI agent node when I opened it, and I was like, wow, this is exactly what I was doing in VoiceKitt with all like high code, like writing code, Node.js, serverless architectures for this. And I remember when we were writing the backend for VoiceKitt, early 2023, there was no function calling. So we were asking ChatGPT 3.5, you can imagine. It was crazy. So we were prompting ChatGPT, and then when the response would come, we would run a lot of regex and then extract the JSON output. And we would prompt engineer it so much that, hey, please respond only in JSON, don't put any extra characters, don't give me any other output. And since then, we kept building it. And then when I opened in January 25 to prepare for my workshop, I see this platform is a totally different thing than I know it from 6 months ago. And I was like, I'm gonna go all in for this platform. So long story short, it's 26th of February. I go in a room, I don't know anything. It's an amazing story. I see like 40 people trying to learn AI agents, trying to learn what is an AI agent. And we build a voice AI agent using VAPI, and I teach them the very basics of n8n, and they sign up, and we use GCP, consent screen, and all the basic configurations of n8n, and including self-hosting on Railway. So this is on 22nd of February. I like it. I've never been a workshop coach, to be honest, and I want to do it again. I talked to Ethos and CIC Berlin. They host my workshop. They say like, sure, let me do it for you guys, like 100% sponsorship. And I go in the room, not knowing that around 75, 80 people are waiting for me. I was lucky enough that I took a few tripods with me, and my phone, my wife's phone, an extra phone we had at home, like iPhones. Put those iPhones around. I just bought a new Sony ZV-E10, around 600 euros or something, to kind of like get into this content game. Right now I'm recording with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I love a lot. It's handy and you can move around, and it has a stabilizer and so on. And also these microphones comes with it. So anyways, on 15th of March, I put this workshop, and I again teach n8n to the world. And this is the time when the community manager, Bart, notices my workshop. The official n8n page puts a like on my post, and they send me a t-shirt. They send me a t-shirt as a thank you for running this workshop. Funny story, the t-shirt was like an M size, and it was like that big with shoulders. It didn't fit, but super thankful for that t-shirt. I finally gifted it to an n8n participant, an n8n workshop participant whose size fit. And then I keep doing this. I say I want to do this workshop on a monthly basis, and then the next month, and it kind of like starts snowballing, and I don't earn any money from that, and I have this big setback from my startup. I don't have a lot of savings, but still I'm using some savings that I have left over from a profit I did from a scale-up company where I was the director of engineering. I was one of the pretty early hires, $300 million scale-up, and I was the director of engineering, building the supply chain management for them. Parts of that savings, I brought it to my last startup, VoiceKitt, which I had to liquidate due to lack of funding. And parts of that savings is paying the bills, even until now. Until now, I'm not making any earnings from my workshop game and so on, just until recently when the story is following. Stay tuned. So I continue doing these workshops, and not only workshops, I'm gonna introduce a new thing called masterclasses. It's a 4-hour, 3-hour, 5-hour non-stop masterclass where I sit there, a bunch of people come there, sit with me, and then they see the screen, and I build something with them together on n8n. And this thing snowballs. More and more people come, and my YouTube gets the first subscriber I still am in contact with the first subscriber of my YouTube channel, and then the second subscriber, and then the first 100 subscribers, and the first 500, and then 1,000 and 2,000 and so on. And my followership on LinkedIn is going up and up and up and up. I don't exactly remember how many followers I had in the start of this year. I think there might be some reports that I can go back and see, but 25,000 followers on LinkedIn, 2,000, almost 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. Literally, after a few months, let's say 4 or 5 months, it's insane. At least it's not a lot to a lot of other people who had like this crazy growth over a couple of months, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But to be honest, I never anticipated this kind of a growth. I'm humbled. I'm super blessed to have this kind of a followership. Thank you to every single one of you guys following, liking, commenting on my LinkedIn posts, and joining my live sessions and so on. Speaking of these live sessions, it's amazing like what this whole community brought forward. At the same time, February, vibe coding happens. Andrej Karpathy tweets about this vibe coding thing, and I'm guilty of doing the same thing. Like, I'm a senior engineer and I rely too much on AI. I click on this accept button all the time, and now Andrej puts a name to it, vibe coding, and I was purely generating content around AI agents in the start, added n8n to it, and then vibe coding came, added vibe coding to it. So now all my content is around n8n, AI agents, and vibe coding, those 3 pillars. And I keep giving workshops around this, and I keep giving master classes around this, and then it just snowballs. Long story short, now I want to take this game seriously. I want to build another company. Again, community brings forward the best possible co-founder that I can think of. Christian Voigt, a successful entrepreneur who built a company, an AI automation company based on UiPath with 600 employees. That's a huge company. He was the CEO of this company, sold it. Looking forward to do something with n8n. Discovers me through Max, the champion of n8n on content creation, or the original programmer. Thank you so much, Max, for this connection. This was an amazing connection that happened. And we, with kind of a couple of months of talking to each other and discovering that, yes, this is a great match, we go and co-found Avanai, this company that is a partner company to n8n, scaling up as fast as we can to become the #1 n8n expert company, bringing in not only AI education, n8n education to the world, but also the execution of n8n workflows, the maintenance, and kind of as a holistic company to bring forward AI in corporations and SMEs and small to medium enterprises. The reason that education is the very first pillar, or the very most important pillar of this company, is because AI is almost a buzzword to the entire world, especially to enterprises. And both Chris and I have experience working with these enterprise companies, and we know how hard it is to bring innovation in these companies. And we know exactly how to bring it. Like with all those possible innovative projects that you can do in an innovation hub with a certain degree of freedom to experiment on projects, to bring it one level up and horizontally implementing it across multiple departments and so on. It really requires a lot of expertise, not only from technical perspective, which I cover most of the areas, Obviously not me alone, but we have a team and we are scaling up the team as we speak. But also from the business side of it, which Chris handles. So again, if I would have not got that community support, that first like on my post, that first subscriber on my YouTube, that first notice of n8n team on my posts, I would have not been here today, not founded Avanai, not received the n8n ambassador badge, about which I'm super thankful, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. And today I would not be in Paris. Right now I'm in Paris for the official n8n starter session, which is a series of tours around the world. We're taking n8n to the world, one city at a time. We started in Amsterdam, went to Barcelona, went to San Francisco. Tomorrow we are taking it to Paris, next week to Frankfurt, and then to New York City, and then to London. That's 7, and then we're gonna roll out more as the time comes. So I'm super thankful to community. I'm super thankful to this thing like content marketing. Why? Because I am a software engineer. I am a tech entrepreneur. I am someone who loves to build products. I am someone who loves to sit in a dark basement with a dark mode on my cursor, previously VS Code, and write code and build products and push it and use terminal. I'm not someone to look at the camera and speak for 17 minutes nonstop. I came here only because of the support of you guys, and I'm super thankful for that. And I came here with the support of this powerful thing called Build in Public. As I moved on, I kept posting on the internet, and I kept perfecting things. Like literally when I was coming here, I was listening to, even I didn't close it, I was listening to Vin Gang, his workshop about public speaking and how to become a better speaker. It's still ongoing. I'm trying to level up my game. I even hiring some coaches, especially in Berlin, in person, so they can perfect my body language, my speaking, my coaching. I'm gonna keep learning and keep getting better. Although the feedback we got throughout all these workshops is really good. Like people are enjoying my workshops. I'm super happy about that. Despite the fact that I had a terrible accident right now, I have pain on my jaws. I had an e-scooter accident. I broke this jaw, literally shattered. This jaw cracked. My chin cracked that big, like literally so many centimeters that they had to put 2 metal plates and then 8 screws to take it together. Right now I have these metal plates here. In 6 months or 1 year, they're gonna remove the screws. And I lost 5 teeth. Despite all of these things, this happened like around almost 40 days ago. And everything that I just spoke about, like n8n ambassadorship and all of that, happened also in these 40 days. I'm blessed to have all of you guys. Thank you so much. I love you all. Without that love, without that push, without that small little like, you guys don't see the power of that. I feel the power of that. Without that, I could have not opened my laptop the second day of my operation and start producing content without a voice, because I had 4 other screws that they took it out after 2 weeks, holding my jaws like this with a rubber band. Because I couldn't speak, I literally produced content typing on my screen. Thank you so much for all those likes, all that support that you guys have given me. And speaking of n8n ambassadorship, I know both n8n ambassadors living in Berlin, Felix and Marcel. Felix is a good old friend. Marcel I got to know. Both of them humble, cool guys. I met them multiple times before thinking about applying for an n8n ambassadorship. Although I had multiple community-driven n8n workshops, I still didn't want to apply for n8n ambassadorship. The reason is because it's a very selective program. I had my very first n8n course, crash course in production. Now I have like around 4 or 5 of them. And I still didn't want to apply for an n8n ambassadorship because I wanted to be kind of like have something to show that yes, I can become an n8n ambassador. So for all my fellow programmers, my fellow flowgrammers, my fellow AI automation experts around the world, if you want to do something with n8n, with this amazing open source fair code or open code project, I would like to also explain what does that mean in just a minute. If you want to get involved with this amazing technology, I highly recommend to apply for n8n Ambassadors program. You can find the link somewhere on n8n website. The program is expanding dramatically, the n8n Ambassador program. The ambitious goal is that we're going to have 1,000 ambassadors around the world by the end of 2026. So please do apply there. It's an amazing program, but please don't apply just for the sake of applying, because you're going to do 2 things. 1, you're going to flag yourself. 2, you're going to create some noise for us, for n8n and for other n8n ambassadors. Before applying, I would highly encourage you guys to do some content about n8n. Online, yes, I like online. I like democratizing AI education. Therefore, most of my workshops are in a combination of in-person and online. I live stream. But what I recommend for my fellow n8n ambassador applicants is to do something in your local community, an in-person experience, because of one reason. In the in-person communications, especially after COVID, especially after this AI boom, generating AI content, generating text with AI, generating video with AI, this in-person communication, this long 22-minute long video, non-edited, non-stop, this has the human connection to this. Therefore, this can be achieved with in-person experiences. So therefore, I highly recommend do an n8n local community. Don't wait for n8n to sponsor it. Don't wait for n8n to support you with that. Go in and do it. Go and find a venue, tell them that, hey, look, AI is booming, sponsor me for this venue. Go and talk to another company, say, and sponsor for these pizzas and drinks. I'm going to talk about your company for 2-3 minutes, and I'll give you guys a slide deck so you can go and talk about your company and promote it. And then capture a lot of footage. Like put a sign, this event is being captured. If you participate, you give the rights for us to capture your video and your footage for marketing purposes, and then put that on LinkedIn. Tag the LinkedIn page of n8n. Tag me on LinkedIn. I will repost. I have 25,000 followers. You'll get some coverage no matter where you are, which city you are. That way, if you do it, you automatically get into the queue of becoming an n8n ambassador. And I highly recommend going through that route instead of like literally filling the form and sending it over. Because in that case, if we see that you don't have a lot of activity going on, probably we're going to get that seat to someone who in your city is already producing a lot of content. So with that being said, I am super blessed to be a part of this n8n journey, and especially traveling around the world and building content around AI agents, n8n, and vibe coding. So if you're following me on LinkedIn, or you have subscribed to my YouTube channel and you have been consuming my content, I'm super thankful to you. Thank you so much. Keep pushing those likes and comments. That is the fuel for me to move on and produce more content. Otherwise, your fellow nerd writing code could have never been able to speak to the camera like this. And looking forward to learn more about public speaking, learn more about leveling up my my workshop, coaching, talent. And if you guys have any feedback, constructive feedback, please do send it to me on DMs or on comments. I'm not a person who can be easily offended, so don't worry. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you guys in these cities or online or in Berlin. And it's an amazing experience so far. Thank you so much for being there. This was my story of 2025 so far until mid-September. I'll keep giving you guys updates as the time flows on. See you guys in the next video. Bye.